Jesus' encounter with the man who was possessed by demons teaches us many things. But first of all, we should acknowledge that Christ believed in the reality of the demons. Perhaps 50 or 100 years ago, we wouldn't have needed to remind ourselves of this. But there are many Christians today who've been misled by the philosophies and the teachings of this world. We must not lose sight of the spiritual warfare in which we must fight. And then Jesus, first of all, says to the man, "What is your name?" He calls the man back to his true identity, the identity that has been affected by the evil of the demons. When we give ourselves over to evil, our true identity as one created in the image of God, it's disfigured. And so Christ's healing is to restore this image within the man, restore him to his true identity as a child of God. And then the demons respond, "We are legion," for there were many of them. But also the church fathers tell us this is a sign of the disintegration of the man's inner self, a breaking down into many parts. He's lost the simplicity of his true identity. People who have lived and known saints tell us that they have a simplicity about them. Elder Paisius of Mount Athos, or Saint Paisius now, I'm told he had a tremendous simplicity. You always knew who he was. There were no sides to him. He didn't put airs and graces on. This is the simplicity of holiness, the simplicity of those who are being restored to their true image, the image of God within them. And then the man healed of the demon says, "Let me become one of your disciples." But Jesus says, "No, go back, witness to the people from whom you came. Tell them what God has done in your life." We aren't all called to be theologians or missionaries, but we are, as Christians, called and given a responsibility to share with the people with whom we live the good news of what God is doing in our lives, to share the healing power that we have experienced. And then this curious moment, the demons say to Jesus, "Let us enter the herd of swine." The church fathers say this is a reminder to us that when we walk the path of evil, it always leads to destruction. It always leads to death, spiritual death. If we give ourselves over to evil, we are broken. We experience destruction. It leads us down the path to death. But when we are healed, we discover the simplicity of the true image of God within us, our true identity as children of God.